L E T says it's 4 o'clock.
Then we've got to believe them. It's four
I'll be right
o'clock.
here.
Hey, girl, what
Hippie
is
Chicks
going?
Live.
Hippie Chicks Live, honey. All right, girl. 4 o'clock on a Friday. What's going on with you this four
Oh,
o'clock on a Friday?
woo-wee. Well, I'm happy just to be here having a chat with you. It's a beautiful day here in Hampton Roads.
Yes.
Um, got a beverage here. Got half of my gardening finished today, so I'm very pleased
Ah,
with that. Ooh, ooh. So we're gonna enjoy, lovely backyard activities later on. So I'm excited about that.
awesome.
What's going on with you, girl?
Girl, same old thing. I am good. I'm glad I'm free this evening, so that'll be fun to be able to hop in the backyard and chill for a little bit. I do have a
Yeah,
film shoot, though, a film shoot coming up tomorrow. Yeah,
sweet.
girl. The creative side of me is steadily busy. I've been so busy all week. So,
That is fantastic.
yes.
What happened to you?
Okay, there we go.
All right, going dark. Oh my goodness, we got a poltergeist. Is your grandma messing around in there now?
She a little bit, a little bit.
The ghost of her grandma is. I swear to God, every time she goes somewhere off to a rehearsal or whatever, and I'm down here working or whatever, I swear to God, I hear somebody walking around upstairs. And if you didn't know, she rents a space for me upstairs. And when she's gone, her grandma is up there just doing her thing.
Girl, and I tell you, and y'all, it is my grandma. I know it is because I visit with my grandma every morning. I have
I
coffee with my
love that.
grandma every morning, although she's been gone since 1986, gone from this physical realm, her DNA meat suit. But she's still here in spirit every single day, and we have coffee and laugh it up.
I love it. I lost my one of my my maternal grandmother in 1986 as well.
Oh my gosh!
Actually, May 6th was, I guess, the 40-year anniversary of that. I didn't even think about that.
Wow!
Yeah, yeah. And
Oh,
I was just noticing that I have one of her pots, cooking pots. It's a Presto pressure cooker, model 604. It was made in the 50s. It's a 75-year
what?
old aluminum pot. It's badass. I love it. So I was just
No!
looking at the other day. So speaking of grandmas, so it just kind of went
They
circle.
don't make them like that anymore, girl.
They really, really don't. But no, your grandma's sweet. What's her name? So I could just say hi when I know she's up there.
Yeah, her
What's
name
her
is
name?
Amita. Amita.
Oh, I
Amita.
like Amita. I like that. Hey, Amita
Yeah.
girl, how you doing? Oh, if I get a knock on the wall, I'm gonna love that.
My grandma was super friendly, a big talker. Like y'all would get along
Oh,
great. I'm telling you, girl,
God.
she will talk your head off, but it would be such a fun, entertaining, and educational conversation.
She
That's
sounds
just
like
how
the
she
kind of
was.
lady that when you leave and you go do your own thing, that you feel energized and not drained,
Always. Yes,
right?
exactly. Always. Yes. Yes.
I love people like that. Oh my God, because you get some talking people and they just suck the life out of you, man. It's
Oh
just like,
yeah.
oh God, get me the hell out of here.
I hung on her every word at all times.
I love
And
that.
yeah,
I love that.
yeah.
Oh man. So, well, what have you been noticing around these days? Because a lot of change is happening, isn't it?
A lot of change is happening. You know, I have been kind of in battle with myself, in a way,
Yeah.
just kind of separating my former self from who I am now, you
Ooh.
know, and I've even had to like kind of give myself a little bit of a wake up call because I got a little bit like, too big for my britches one day. I was watching something or reading something online, and I made the statement, oh yeah, I couldn't do something like that because it just creates extra trauma. You open yourself up to me, and I'm just going on and on in my mind, preaching to this person and being judgmental, honestly. And how
Wow.
could you get yourself in that situation? And something had to snap at me and say, "You were that." You don't remember?
Oh, God
It's like,
dang. Wow.
ooh,
Oh man. And you did that right in the moment. It wasn't like after the interaction. Oh shit,
no.
girl. Wow. How did you shift in the moment then?
It was just about self-awareness. I'm big on self-awareness. And so
Yeah.
as I'm hearing myself be judgmental, first I'm calling myself out for being judgmental
You
and
did it
saying,
right in the moment there. You're
I,
like,
I
what?
did.
I
You're
love
not you're not supposed to do that. And, you know, think about it. And I was thinking, what if this were you? And I was like, oh shit, it was me.
damn.
Right? Yeah. Bad behavior, bad choices. And I just had to, and there was a while when I was just at the front of this transformation, this latest transformation, where I would recognize that all the time.
Right,
And I would be
right.
like, I used to be this and I'm not anymore. And I could see it all the time. Now I feel like I have moved so far away from it that I almost made a mistake of just denouncing that and having to come to realize, not so fast, girl. Not too long ago, you were that.
Yeah, and
So
that's exactly how you change neural pathways and your identity right in the moment, real time. That is real human being in action.
absolutely. Yes.
Right there, girl. I'm proud of you for doing that because so many people wouldn't.
Thank
And
you.
they would have just kept on going. Big blowhard, blah blah blah. I know everything, kind of thing. And you went whip whoop zoop, and you course corrected right there in the moment. That's
And
badass.
And I want to say though, it was uncomfortable. I
Oh yeah,
fought
I
with
bet.
myself for a minute. I was like, and my higher self was like, but nothing. Like it was just like I
The
fought.
hair
I
came down.
Yeah. And I was like, I have to take heed. You're
Yeah,
right. Yes.
yeah.
So yeah, it's even if you do it, it's not easy, y'all. It's not easy, and that's okay.
No, and that's right. And well, it's in that uncomfortableness because it's kind of like being in the in between when you are shifting identities, all right? Because you're not the old version of yourself. You're shifting into the new version of yourself, but it's not 100% embodied yet. There's still remnants or ghosts of
Yes.
the old identity that like to, well, let's see if we can sneak our way in here. And you nipped it in the bud right there
Yes.
in the moment. That is
Right.
that is transformation.
It is.
That is the embodiment of transformation. And I think we're all, no, not all, that's too broad. I think there is a high volume of people going through that very thing right now.
Agreed.
Are you seeing that as well? Yeah,
I
even in
am.
just the conversations you're having with people, like, yeah, I just don't do things like I used to anymore, or I've got a whole new way of doing stuff, or uh, some people just feel lost because when
Yeah.
you're between identities, that the in between, that's no man's land
Yes.
because
Yes.
you're not your old identity anymore. That's repulsive to you, but you're also not fully embodied in the new one. So you're kind of you waffle in between the two, kind of like what you did. But I think you're more further along, like
I am.
more full embodiment. Yeah,
And it's uncomfortable because it does take you out of your comfort zone because you were
yeah,
comfortable there, right? And
yeah,
you're comfortable in this transformation in this place that you are. But think about how we constantly evolve. So I'm
yeah.
not staying in this place where I am. You're not staying in this place where you are. We're
No,
evolving to that next place. And that I think is what we recognize and where we see that discomfort because we
yeah.
are shifting out of a place where we were comfortable, possibly
It's
complacent.
so familiar. And so the thing about the subconscious mind, which is my expertise, the subconscious mind likes what's familiar, even if it's not good for you.
Yeah. Ooh, say it again, girl. Yes.
Yeah. Even if it's not good for you, which is why, you'll find people keep going for the same type of relationship.
Yes.
Why does
Very
this keep
yep.
happening to me? Why can't I keep a lover in my life? Why do people keep breaking my heart?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Why do
Mm,
people keep manipulating me?
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, big one. Big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was me for pretty much the first 50 years of my life.
Yeah. Same. Yep.
No more, baby. Same.
Same.
Benito. Daytime. Well, it's interesting that when you outgrow your old identity, your relationships do shift,
Yes.
right? Because those relationships that we were in, where we were manipulated and used, and every which way you could think, what
Accommodating.
accommodating, yeah, and it was just for the benefit of other people. And why undeserving? Because there was no reciprocity, really.
Right.
So, but when you grow and you expand and you start shifting into a more evolved identity, those relationships got super uncomfortable because those people got very used to how we used to be. You've changed. It's not the same anymore. Or they just get angry at us because we weren't the same. And that's what I got, was a lot of anger. A lot of
I see
anger
that as
and a
well.
lot of jealousy. Very jealous.
Oh yeah.
Which is so confusing when it's coming from somebody who's supposed to love and support you.
Yeah. And you know what's scary about that is that because you're in this place that is not comfortable yet, when you
Right.
get that reaction from people, it throws you off. And they want to throw you off many times when that person
Oh,
is
sure.
relishing who the old you was, and they
Yeah.
benefited from who the old you was.
Right. Well, and for these people, they're choosing not to evolve, and they don't want that source to evolve as well, because that means that they're gone, because
Yes.
we're gone.
Right.
So they chew whatever they can to stop it. And when it's finally inevitable, then it happens. But that's not even easy either.
No, because we know it's uncomfortable and we're seeking it.
Yeah,
So think about those that are not seeking it, or I try to say not yet ready, because I don't want to demean them in any way, right?
exactly. Because everybody's just at a different place. It's not better than or lesser than.
Right. So
Right.
they're not ready. And for those that are not ready, it's hard for them.
It is hard for them. No, it truly is. But just because it's hard for them, it's not our job to make them feel better.
No, it is not. That's right.
Not at all. Not at all. And that's the kind of stuff, well, that I'm helping people with my evolved program that I have at Hypno Health Solutions. I call it the Kazemi method. I've been talking about it for a couple of weeks now, and it is officially launching as we speak. And yeah, I'm very excited about it. And it's a structured transformational identity based process that's helping people just to get to exactly to a lot of people are in the in between, and they're in a place where I know what I should be doing, but I'm just not doing it.
Yeah.
And I was in this position, which is kind of what birthed this process not too long ago, when I realized that I, on a very deep subconscious and physical level, still holding on to the drama and trauma of my life being threatened by my then husband 12 years ago. And I'm thinking, my God, that was such a long time ago, and I know better than that. This is shit I say to my clients.
Right.
Speak in the mirror, Kathy. Okay, but I was like, I thought I had processed it already. I assumed that I had, and no. And once I actually started to address it and give my body the say she needed to say, and the love, the care, the attention, when I turned that attention and the permission, Elle, that is the word.
Yes.
Permission. Gave her permission to know that she's safe. I'm not going to abandon her. Right. And I allowed her to release, that energy, that very traumatic energy. And it's an interesting experience that I went through. And I'm glad I did, because it really helps me to first place understand where my clients are coming from, and how they're feeling, because so many people are like, oh my God, they don't even mention half the stuff that they could, because they think, well, how is that bothering me?
Exactly.
Right.
Yep.
Hey, don't discount that.
That's the word.
Don't discount that. And so many people do that. My goodness, just a month ago, I had a past client come back to see me because God love her, 20 years ago, she gave birth to a stillborn, and she didn't really process that.
Oh,
And
God.
sadly, she and her husband, the father of the baby, they split up not too long after that, because it's hard to grieve the same way. And now they realize that they would have had a 20-year-old now. And when she first came to see me, I said she was a past client, so when she first came to see me, it was for something completely different. But she had one more session with me, and she used it to help her process her daughter's passing.
Okay.
Because she at first, she's like, I didn't really realize that I was still grieving after 20 years. Of course, I don't think that ever goes away.
There's no time limit, and it doesn't.
There is no time limit.
It changes,
but
yes.
She's giving herself permission to go there and allow herself to feel these feelings. And that, I think that's a part of our growth and our evolution. And so many people don't allow themselves that grace.
Yeah, they don't give themselves permission. Exactly.
They don't give themselves permission. And we have been severely handicapped with all the distractions readily at our disposal. And that includes pharmaceuticals, right?
Yes.
So, right. So, you take the Zoloft or the whatever, and you numb yourself, and then you think you're okie dokie, smoky. Yeah, and you're not. And once you let yourself be there, and it doesn't have to be traumatic, it doesn't have to be painful, it doesn't have to feel like you're sliding down razor blades into a pool of alcohol.
Yeah.
Isn't that a lovely visual?
Right. Exactly. You're right, though. Yeah.
I pulled that out of high school. I don't know where that there. We used to try to gross each other out, and that was one of the things we used to say. That was weird. But anywho, that's a pretty good analogy, because that's pretty painful. And most people don't want to go to that pain. We go to extremes to avoid pain, don't we? So that's what I want to. That's what I do with my clients. Is I make that journey not painful. It's a journey that is manageable. You can handle it, and actually through the process is a little euphoric, because once you get rid of that heavy weight and you feel that lightness again, God, that feels good.
Yeah. So they manage themselves through, or you help them manage through it. So you help them not to avoid the pain so much,
correct,
but find a way through it that just doesn't destroy them.
Well, all right. I'm going to give you the TED Talk version, then I'm going to give you the layperson. All right. So TED Talk, the Kazemi method is a structured transformational process that helps people identify and shift the subconscious patterns, emotional habits, and stress responses that keep them stuck. So they can create meaningful, lasting change and rise into a more empowered version of themselves. And how we do that is we're basically reprogramming the supercomputer. The first session is discovery and reveal. We're getting to where the blocks are. I've said this before. We get to the bottom line of how they're feeling. Break it down into two simple adjectives. Whether I feel lost and unheard, sad and abandoned.
What are the two? Okay.
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah.
Okay.
You want to. So some kind of emotion that is low, heavy, and painful. And once we get to that baseline, and what these folks don't realize is that all day long, that's the vibration they're broadcasting. I could put on a smile on my face and, hey, Elle, I'm doing great. I'm lost. I'm confused. I'm lost. That's my broadcast. Right. Even though I'm smiling. Right.
And I'm saying, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Oh my God. Right. Yeah. And it's BS. And it's more and more these days, because the veil is lifting, that the ability to do that's going to go away, because we'll be able to see people and know exactly where they are energetically. Yeah. All right. So it's not about trying to hide your feelings anymore. And you don't want to hide from yourself. Right. So we get in, we discover and reveal where these blocks are, what's making you feel sad or abandoned or lost or whatever the case may be, because our goal is to go to the other end of that spectrum, obviously. And then in that first session, we also have to introduce the idea of change. We're such a society that just wants to get in there and get the job done, right? Just bulldoze our way in, right? Well, you know what? This identity was created on purpose for whatever reason, for whatever you've experienced and what you were exposed to, right? So, nobody responds well to a bully. You don't want to just go in and force this change. So I want to gently introduce the idea of change so it's a non-threatening idea. The subconscious is willing to accept it, right?
Yeah.
I'm your Aunt Cece coming over to have a glass of wine with you. Let's just sit down and chat, okay? All right, that's how it gets received into the subconscious mind. And then we let that sit and marinate. Okay, this isn't scary. This isn't threatening. That's a big deal. That's a very big deal. All right. And then there we have some space to work, right? Because, I mean, God, you think about anything anybody wants to start, we started off with force, which is punishment, right? Yeah. This is all about devotion over discipline.
Love that. Oh.
Because when you're devoted to something, that denotes love, doesn't it?
Exactly. Yes. You're dedicated. You're committed. Yes.
Right. And when you're disciplined, that means you get punished. It's restriction. It's taking away. And nobody likes any of that stuff. That's painful. Right.
And what that does to your brain.
Right. So when you're going forth in a mode of devotion, that flips the script, right? So we set the stage for that in that first session. And then the following 3 sessions are really about helping to release those, basically the dust bunnies.
Yes.
Spiders in the corner. We get rid of all of that stuff out of the subconscious mind, and it's a very non-invasive process. I like to use the metaphor that when you take your trash out to the curb, you don't undo the twist tie and stick your face in the bag, or you don't pull out the trash and rub it all over yourself.
Oh, it's gone.
Right, it's gone. You just take it away to the curb, and nice people take it away. Yeah. Now, I'm sorry to say, I think most of talk therapy is a matter of taking the trash out of your bag and rubbing it all over yourself. Look at me, I'm all old stuff. It's all front and center now, and I feel it really hard now. Isn't that great?
Doesn't feel so comfortable. Yeah, doesn't feel so good. Doesn't feel like devotion. Feels like tough love, if you will.
Well, you go to therapy for, years and years and years, and people do, and you can you understand 500,000 reasons why you're mad at mom and dad, but you never feel better emotionally because you're trying your rational mind to heal an emotional wound, and that's like trying to use a ruler to measure the temperature. It's the wrong answer.
That's how we're programmed. We're programmed to use our rational mind to dictate the emotions. Isn't that interesting?
And I think that's on purpose as well. Our emotions are our compass.
Yeah.
And it's what they're doing to young men, because they do everything in their power to prevent young men expressing their emotions in anything other than anger.
Right.
Right? Anger and force. God forbid a man should cry, or be tender, because God forbid he should appear to be like a woman. But that's a digression. That's a digression. But the third session are really, it's about deprogramming the computer, and then the third and fourth is really about installing the new identity. And now this is willing to receive it. We've not only tenderized the meat, but we've purified it. And now it's willing to receive all the goodness that, it helps you to be able to give yourself some grace first and foremost. It's really about self-love, because that's where everything starts with self-love. When you have that self-love and that self-respect, you start making different choices for yourself.
Yes.
You show up differently.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You start being the person that you've always known that you are, and you start having the behavior of a person that embodies that persona, right?
Yes.
And less and less you start slipping in, you stop slipping into those old patterns.
That's
And
right.
you notice them faster too, don't you?
Yes. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
And then you have the resources to shift it right there in the moment
Yes.
like you do. Look at you, you badass. You're already doing.
Hey.
You badass girl. We got 5 minutes left, more or less 4 minutes, really. So yeah, so identity shifts. We're all going through it, man, I'll tell you. And it's big time. And I'm proud of us. It takes a lot of courage, doesn't it?
And I'm proud of you. This is exciting. I love how this method has been born from part of your transformation itself.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know, just over
100%. Yeah.
just over, was it just over a year ago that you did the whole name change to change back, to change your name? Yeah, 2 years, 2 years.
Two
Oh my
years
God,
ago.
even
Yeah.
longer.
Yeah.
And then here is this. It's all evolution. You've
Yeah.
evolved, and then what has come from this is this amazing method that people can use to really learn to love themselves again. You
Yeah.
know, and
And
to nurture that child
live
within them.
to live the life they know they should be living, right?
Yeah.
And love the child in them. That's exactly right, Al.
Exactly. I love that. Just kudos to you on that. That's an
Thank you.
amazing, amazing feat.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Congratulations, girl.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. My website is getting a facelift as we speak, upgrading all the new graphics and the program. And not only is there the Kazemi method, there's also the Kazemi portal, which I think that's a groovy name. I love it so much. It is the portal is for those who are seeking to use alternate states for spiritual purposes, like for past life regression, inner journey work, quantum healing hypnosis, ultra height hypnosis, which is really connecting with your higher self. It's all that kind of fun woo woo stuff. So that's in the portal. And then your transformational identity work is in the Kazemi method. So those are my premier offerings for my clients now. So
Love
thank you.
that. Love
Yeah,
it. Yes. Yes.
very,
Well, keep
very.
on.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. So to find out more about that, you can go to hypnohelpsyou.com. So thank you so much for joining us here today. I am excited for what's coming for all of us, Al. How about you? You feeling the optimism?
I am optimism and anticipation, anticipatory excitement.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. I think it's going to look kind of crusty and scary on the outside, but I
It is
think
scary. Yeah.
that we're going to stick together, you guys, and we're going to make it through this. And it's just going to be love and light and laughter and good stuff.
Yep.
It is the physical world, so you do have the reality of some things happening, but there's going to be so much more love and community and connection, right? And
Absolutely.
that's going to help us
Absolutely.
to make it through. So before we wrap up for the day, my dear, is there anything that you want to tell everybody real quick?
Yep, I am still on the scene. Family Fun Experience, the show that I am co-directing, is going up on June 24th. It's going to be every Wednesday from June 24th through the Wednesday before Labor Day. So come see my directorial debut at FFX. And I am in a film shoot tomorrow for a gun
Ooh,
violence prevention film. Very excited about the meaningful work that we're doing there. And coming soon, I am also going to be working with a program, theater camp at Hampton University for rising 10th, 11th, and 12th graders. I'll be doing a public speaking workshop and helping to direct the program the production we're going to present.
that is incredible work. God, you're not only a badass actor, writer, director, but you are a very altruistic person, and you just want to make sure everybody's taken care of.
That's
So
it.
Thank you for doing that, honey. All right, you guys. Thank you guys for joining us. Hippie Chicks Live every Friday, 4 o'clock. Stick around on New Reality TV. We got Mystic Musings, the Twin Flame experience. So peace and love, you guys. We'll see you next week.